Who doesn't like sweet buns, or pastries, and patties? But what if the bakery that makes such pastries takes your life? Rita was a content creator and used to visit new food joints, bakeries, and restaurants to create food reviews and blogs. Everything was going fine in her life. One day, she was alone at her house and had to pick up her 12-year-old brother Darren from his school. The same day, she got an invitation to review the food at Dilkush Bakery. Rita was very excited to check out that bakery because she was the first one to review the bakery. As the school got over, Rita picked up her brother Darren from school and left for the bakery. Darren, who was tired from the whole school day, repeatedly asked his sister to take him back home. But Rita, whose following had reduced a lot in the previous days, thought it was very important for her to make a video on this bakery to increase her followers. She continued driving along the road and tried persuading Darren in different ways to come to the bakery with her. They'd been driving on a dirt road for a long time and finally saw the bakery from some distance. Darren, who was pretty uncomfortable in the car, became very calm after seeing the bakery. Rita parked the car and opened the door for Darren, but Darren was not ready to get out. Rita tried tempting Darren with the pastries that were sold inside, but it looked like Darren was frozen on his seat. Darren just was staring at the door of the bakery. Rita shook him vigorously, after which he turned towards her. Seeing Rita, he started crying loudly and said in panic that he saw many small children while coming to the gate of the bakery, and the clothes of all the children were covered in blood, and said that those children were now standing in front of the door of the bakery and were asking them not to go inside the bakery. Rita understood after listening to her brother that it was nothing but the result of the horror movie that they had watched last night, and hence she didn't listen to her brother, held his hand, and took him with her. She started taking him toward the door of the bakery. When they entered the door, she found that there was no one in the bakery but an old woman who came and handed over a sweet bun to Darren. As soon as he got the bun, the crying Darren calmed down and started eating the bun with pleasure. Then from behind came a voice of an old uncle who welcomed Rita and told her that if she's feeling worried, then there is a playing area inside for her brother Darren, which has a lot of board games. Rita was a little happy as she heard this, as by keeping Darren busy, she could create her video very comfortably. Rita held her brother's hand and took him to the playing area with the woman. The bakery was very beautiful, with old and expensive chairs, wonderful tables, and beautiful lights. But she didn't know why everything looked quite strange on camera. When she made the video and replayed it, she saw the shadows of some small children in the video, after which the phone switched off suddenly. Rita found this very strange. But before she could think anything or react to it, the old woman came and placed some chocolates and pastries in front of her, after making her sit lovingly. Rita had never seen such beautiful chocolate pastries before, and as she saw those pastries, Rita forgot everything that had happened a while ago and started eating the sponge-like pastries. As she was eating the pastry, the couple came towards her with a big covered plate. Seeing such a big plate, Rita thought that she would see some special dish inside it. But when they removed the lid, they took out big patties from inside, which both of them named Dilkush special meat patties. They left for the kitchen after giving her the patties. Rita took a bite of the meaty patty, and wasting no time, she quickly finished her big patty. She couldn't understand how anyone could cook such good patties. Suddenly, Rita remembered that she had been so busy eating and drinking that she had forgotten about her brother Darren. She thought that she would take the leftover patty to Darren and feed it to her brother. But as she reached the playing area, she saw that her brother wasn't there. Rita started looking for him in the whole bakery, but he was nowhere to be found. Searching for him as she reached to the kitchen of the bakery, she was shocked as the old man was cutting a human heart into small pieces with a knife and keeping it on a plate, and the woman was filling them in the patties. It was then she saw her brother lying lifeless in a corner of the kitchen. His chest was full of cuts, and it seemed like his chest was open to take his heart out. Rita suddenly realized that the heart that the old man was cutting was not of anyone else but her younger brother Darren. Seeing all of this, she screamed to death. Hearing that scream, the couple turned toward Rita and smiled very creepily. Rita got nervous and ran outside the bakery. As soon as she took her car out of the bakery, she saw some children in a rearview mirror, and every one of them had cuts on their chest. When she looked carefully, she saw her younger brother Darren standing there. As she looked at Darren's face, she started sobbing, and as she reached the main road, her car met with an accident. Rita regained consciousness after 2 days in the hospital, and as soon as she regained consciousness, her mom and dad started crying bitterly. They told Rita that Darren had been missing since the day of her accident and was nowhere to be found. Reacting to this, she told her parents everything that had happened at the Dilkush bakery. Rita's parents were shocked as soon as they heard about the Dilkush bakery. Rita's dad told her that it's been 15 years since that bakery was shut down. The owners used to eat the hearts of young children, and one day someone complained about them, and because of the same reason, they committed suicide before getting arrested, and the bakery became a desolate ruin for centuries. Rita was shocked as she heard this. She did not believe what her dad said until she went back to the same place along with her parents. The place actually had ruins instead of a bakery. Rita's soul trembled as she saw the scene in front of her. After that day, Rita gave up food blogging. The pain of losing her younger brother will rarely go away from her mind. Next time, you too be careful while eating patties in a new bakery. Who knows who is selling you what?
If you like this story, then please subscribe to our channel Bloody Monday and keep watching more horror stories on our channel.